go out here a little bit, give you guys a little perspective of where I'm at. But there you go. Florida's here, and I'm way out here. We'll zoom in the Bahamas, baby, in the Bahamas. Trolling. Okay, good morning, everybody. We're here in the Bahamas. We're at Highborn, outside fishing the Exuma Sound. Fishing wahoo. We just had one, but we lost it. So some nice fish. We're going to show you around, check things out here. What we got. But yeah, there we are, trolling, high speed trolling. Got some sea witches out there. We have Dorado stuff out there. Not at all. Well, good morning. Here we go.
Oh, this is that new custom rod that people can win. Dave Dodge, Captain Dave Dodge, my buddy.
Classic.
How's that rod?
I like it.
Really?
Yeah, this will really kill the barred perch for sure.
Well, the biggest barred perch gets this puppy, Dave. So
There you go.
you better get on it, man.
I know.
You were just telling me ghost shrimp catches everything.
Ghost shrimp does catch everything.
All right, beautiful rod down here at Big Fish Bait
rod.
and Tackle.
On the end of the rod.
Rada on a
And then-
rod.
And Joe just came in too.
And
Check out
Joe. Oh my God, everybody's here. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. And I mean beautiful. It's gorgeous. Look at that. It is perfectly flat calm here today. There's just a little bit of wind. The sunrise is absolutely beautiful. You have to feel blessed to be standing here on this beach, and I certainly do. I hope you're standing next to me tomorrow because we've got a free surf fishing event tomorrow morning, 8:30. If you want to join us, just send me a text. I'll send you the directions. And remember, Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. 10% off of all items until 12 noon tomorrow, unless something's on sale. So those things that are on sale are excluded. Don't forget, they're giving away a free custom rod for the biggest barred perch in March. I've got the rulers all set up for us for our Sunday event. Let's do that. Let's catch that big one. Let's catch a big halibut. It's tailor-made for halibut with this grunion run. Also on Sunday evening, things are looking good. Big long-range fish for the Red Rooster 3. The PCS show continues to huge crowds. It's been such a great event. More bluefin tuna were caught last night, and you know, we're going to cover everything else, including some nice big fat halibut again. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, God, is that good. And is it good to be standing here? Again, we're going to have that great event tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're only promoting it for 24 hours. Remember, you can come down here and fish with us and then go on to the PCS show. Make a whole day out of fishing, out of the great outdoors, and have a lot of fun. Come down for an hour or two. Hey, and if you don't want to fish tomorrow, you just want to come down and hang out, come on down. People bring donuts and coffee, and it's a big party down here normally. We've only done one event before this, but it should be a lot of fun. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate that when you do that. Also share these videos with a friend. Tick the bell, and you'll be notified when there is new content, and subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. That would be absolutely fantastic. Boy, we got a lot going on, including a free fishing event up out of Ventura, sport fishing tomorrow, Sunday. It's going to be great because it's on board the Island Spirit, and Daniel Hadaway just took over that run. He's the new captain. He's been there at Ventura for a long time. Deckhand on board the Endeavor. I love Daniel, and you'll meet him and get to hear more about that trip at the end of today's morning briefing. You don't want to miss that. But just to let you know right now, tomorrow they are on a half-day run. Kids 12 and under, fish for free. If you book online and you put in preseason 20 at checkout, you'll get 20% off. Island Spirit tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss that one. All right, let's jump into it with you all. We'll talk Mexico, Cabo San Lucas, still catching some striped marlin down that way with some Dorado sprinkled in there. Also an occasional wahoo, also spicing things up, and yellowfin tuna offshore. That's been pretty good here the last 48 hours or so. If you're able to get out past the wind and find those dolphin pods, those yellowfin tuna have been mixed with them, and it's been pretty darn good. San Quintin area, continued good yellowtail fishing. Not consistently, but pretty darn good on the yo-yo iron. Beautiful weather there this morning. That's what we need, this kind of a ocean. God, is that gorgeous, man. It's so nice. It's going to be beautiful here tomorrow morning. You have to be here. San Quintin, in addition to that, providing all the anglers down there with good, big, fat rockfish and some nice lings to go along with it. That's hard to beat. In the Ensenada area, 70 miles below the border, we continue to see some really excellent mixed bag fishing. Big bonita, occasional yellowtail, splash of barracuda from time to time. Good calico bass fishing along the rugged, pristine, beautiful Baja coast there around Punta Banda and other areas. You run a little bit further south down there to Santo Tomas, and copious amounts of rockfish. They're also catching rockfish around Todos Santos Island. So definitely things are headed in the right direction. And this weekend could be a good one because we've got a lot of boats out there. So we might find a few more yellowtail and maybe even some eager barracuda again. Things have been accelerated, looking very, very good. We'll continue to watch it south of the border for you all. All right, let's check out our bluefin tuna situation because it continues to grow and grow and grow with very little coverage. You know, coverage, the amount of boats out looking for the bluefin tuna is so important in the early part of the year. And with just a few boats out, we've managed to catch some bluefin tuna. The Old Glory is out. I talked to Captain Clay Williams, and Clay is out searching around. I didn't talk to him out on the grounds, but before he was leaving, we were talking about staying in communication. So I'm wishing him the very best of luck. Polaris Supreme, on the first of their 3-day trip, had 9 bluefin tuna, and they were the nice ones, like, you know, in that 80 to 130 pound range. Beautiful, great bluefin tuna this early in the year. He put another 9 fish on board since that time, and those fish were in the 40 to 60 pound class. So there are bluefin tuna lurking, and with a little bit more time and a little bit more boat pressure, more boats searching around, we're going to find the main vein of that BFT, and I got a feeling it's going to bite big time. Someone's going to put 100 fish on the boat one of these nights here very, very soon, especially when you're working with this kind of weather. 200 to 300 gram jigs have been effective here recently, but bring heavier because there are guys fishing heavier jigs like 400 grams and better than that, and doing quite well. It depends upon wind current and the depth of the fish. Remember, when the captain tells you to drop, you drop immediately. You drop to the exact depth that he's telling you. He's going to say drop 410 feet. That's where you want to be, and you are going to be able to ascertain the depth of your little lure by having colored metered line that changes colors every 100 feet. And so you go down to 4 colors, you're at a 400 feet, and you start working that jig through that zone. It makes all the difference in the world. Pay attention to the crew. They are there to help you. So we're making progress on this bluefin tuna. Hopefully we'll see even more of it. Don't miss our 5-day trip. It's going to be a great one. It sails April the 4th out of Point Loma Sport Fishing on the giant, beautiful, opulent Independence. We'll be on board the Independence the 4th through the 9th. You can join us by going to independentsportfishing.com, giving the Independent Sport Fishing office a call and talking to Paulina. She's fantastic. Or going by the PCS show today over there at the Orange County Fairgrounds and dropping in on the Independence booth. Say hi to everybody. Mark Paisano, Paul Strasser, Paulina and her lovely husband, and her macho husband, let's say. And say hi to everybody there. I didn't mean to say you're lovely. Maybe you are lovely. I'm getting all screwed up here. Go by the Independence booth and get on that 5-day trip. I know you are going to enjoy it. I can't wait to join you on that one and shoot another great video. So good stuff going on. All right, let's talk long range sport fishing. And I got to tell you, man, The Red Rooster 3 is all over it. Those big YFT have come out to play. Now remember, long-range boats now are on 16-day trips where they go several hundred miles down the Baja coast. The big fish have been off the bite for some time, but they're on the bite now, and it's been really, really fantastic fishing. Darwin, he had a 288 pounder on the kite. They had a lot of 40 to 70 pound fish, but they had the standouts. The big yellowfin are coming out to play, including a 315 pound bluefin or yellowfin tuna. They had a 201 pounder, a 265, a 170, and of course that one fish over 300 pounds. My God almighty, does it get any better than that? I don't think so. Red Rooster 3 is putting the wood to him with Andy Cates, and that is good to see. Hopefully that is going to continue. A lot of that long-range fleet right now is getting ready to start fishing this bluefin tuna here in Southern California. So everybody's got their eyes open, everybody's paying attention, and it's going to get good here in a hurry. I am watching it closely for you all. Hey, don't forget it's tax season, and if you need to take care of back taxes or 2023 or just plan for the future, nobody better to put your faith in than Tim Marquez. He is a great friend of the Friedman Adventures family and an expert at handling your taxes. He'll take really good care of you. Give Tim a call today. And if you need heating and air conditioning help, there's nobody better than our friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. John, another fantastic member of the Friedman Adventures family. You can trust him, and he will do you right. Give John a call today. All right, let's talk Southern California in general as we continue to see some very nice wintertime fishing. No question about it. I made reference to south of the border, that splashy yellowtail from time to time, those barracuda that have been in and out of the counts. Man, this is the kind of weekend where something like that could happen. You're going to have more boats out, and you've got absolutely pristine and lovely weather here in SoCal. The new Seaforth has been watching some incredible shows on big grade yellowtail. There's a lot of yellows bouncing around La Jolla right now. So if you're jumping on one of the local boats out of San Diego, I'd definitely bring your yo-yo iron. You know, fishing 60 pound, a heavy jig that you sink deep and wind on fast. I think it's really, really important right now. Bring that heavy tackle just in case. Now, having said that, you want to have your light stuff to pick at the bass and the whitefish and the sculpin and the sheephead. You've got all of those fish available to you right now. So fishing that stuff on the lighter line and having some heavier equipment really is essential. Scott Buchert has been bouncing from the Mission Bell to the Point Loma, being the galley cook on there, and he says fishing's not been wide open, but pretty darn good. And the weather, Scott said, has been absolutely beautiful. It's a great time to be on the water. So you have all those species available, and that includes right up the Southern California coast. Good morning, Lupe. How are you? Good to see you. Got driftwood and everything. You've got driftwood, I see. Yeah. You want to show everybody?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Camera shy. Good to see you.
Camera shy, but I think we've had enough.
All right, very good. So up and down the coast, you have all those species available to you. You can catch, you know, all kinds of stuff right now. Whitefish, sculpin, sheephead are biting. Now, we're going to talk to Daniel at the end of today's report on board the Island Spirit, and I ask him the pointed question: should anglers go out and buy shrimp at their local market before going sheephead fishing? And Daniel will have that monumental answer for you at the end of today's report, so don't you dare go anywhere. Up here in this neck of the woods, now we're talking LA, Orange County areas, Dana Wharf, Sportfishing, Long Beach, up there out of Marina Del Rey. We continue to see some pretty good fishing going on. Jolene Thompson was on board the Native Sun yesterday, raved about the crew out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. Jolene, good morning to you. She had a halibut, just barely legal. John Garza put on that nice fish, however. Way to go, John. You leave it to John to catch the biggest fish. He does it over and over and over again. He had a 200+ pound bluefin tuna on board the Amigo last year, and I was there to record it, and it was awesome and exciting. Such a great moment. Way to go, John. Nice halibut. They are continuing their derby there out of 22nd Street Landing, and for sure the Native Sun has been way up here in terms of the halibut catch this winter. And now as we're getting awfully close to spring, they continue their dominance in that field, catching more halibut. I think they have over 150 legal fish since they've started, unheard of numbers. They've got something like 4 or 5 fish over 30 pounds, unbelievable, and well over 20 fish over 20 pounds now. So it's been good, and this is the weather we've been waiting for. They're going to be up in the teens on the halibut after today. At least that's my vision. Catching a few halibut south of here, down there around Dana Wharf, and up there out of Cisco Sportfishing in Oxnard. We'll see how the Aloha Spirit does as they get out and start to fish that stuff once again. Another reminder to you, Ventura is fishing half day this Sunday on the Island Spirit. It should be a great trip. Kids 12 and under, fish free. If you book online, VenturaSportfishing.com, put in preseason 20 at checkout, you'll save 20%. Kids fish free, save 20%. Daniel running the boat. It's a win-win-win deal. I hope you can join him. And if you do, go shoot a photo or two and send me some photos. Daniel lays out exactly his game plan at the end of today's report. So check that out. I know you are going to enjoy that. All right. Hey, one thing I'd like to mention, some of the folks up there on the Palos Verdes Peninsula watched the gray whale migration, and they had 3 northbound coming back from the warm water lagoons in Baja California, pointing their noses toward the Bering Sea up there in Alaska. 3 of those beautiful whales passing by yesterday, and they shot this footage, and it is spectacular. What a blessing that is to have those grays go by here every single year, from the Bering Sea in Alaska down to the warm water lagoons in Baja and back, around 10,000 mile migration, the longest journey that any mammal on the planet makes. It's phenomenal. That was really something to see, I must say. All right, let's talk surf fishing. Tomorrow, we've got a surf fishing event. Now, by event, we're going to all get together and fish together. That's what we're going to do. But the last time we did it, we had about 30, 40 people down here, to the point where people were coming down and going, hey, what's going on down here? So hopefully we're going to get conditions like this. It's going to be great. Go buy Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Grab some bait, some worms. It's a great idea. You can catch some perch that way. They've got that derby going on right now. So I've got the rulers. We can measure your perch, and then we'll submit the photos to the Instagram page of Big Fish Bait and Tackle. 10% off of everything that is not on sale until 12 noon tomorrow when you mention Friedman Adventures or Friedman Adventures, or, you know, that crazy guy that's on the beach every morning, kind of a discount. You can get it over there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. We will see you here. It should be a lot of fun. I know Michael Limon is going to be here, and a bunch of other kids. If you've got your family, kids, and they want to just, you know, play around in the sand or goof off, that is definitely an option available to you. Also, Grunion Run starts here tomorrow night, and that is just a magnet to attract more predators. I'm telling you, there should be some flatties tomorrow. I guarantee someone will catch a halibut if they are really working this surf hard with a Lucky Craft or a crocodile or a Castmaster or a drop shot. All of those methods are very productive in terms of catching. Hung Fam, oh, pardon me. We want to go to the bar perch bite here in SoCal. It's been good. Honey Badger baits is one way to catch those perch. That's been a super effective way to get bit. And once again, we continue to see some really great fishing with some halibut mixed in there with it. I am going to be doing guided surf fishing trips. You can see all the details there. If you'd like to set up a session with yours truly, it'd be my honor to take you out here and have some fun with you. 2.5-hour sessions. Send me a text if you'd like to book today. Dates are going to go fast. I'll guarantee you that. 657-227-6459. That's going to be a lot of fun. And my calendar's pretty full. So give me a call. Tell me what's a good date for you, and we'll figure it out from there. So surf fishing, barred perch, corvina, yellowfin croaker. There's been some halibut. It's been really good. And these beautiful conditions present us with nothing but an awesome opportunity for tomorrow. Hung Fam, there he is. I knew I wanted to mention him. Great lobster, hoop netting. It has been going really, really well. A guy by the name of Russell Heff, he had limits of lobster, 7 lobster by 8 o'clock yesterday evening. Wow. Your PromarAhi.com report is here for you all. Make sure you go by and visit those guys, Steve Oropesa and the Promar crew at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing event. It should be another great day out there in Orange County. I'll be wandering around. If you happen to see me, please allow me the opportunity to say thank you for your great support, as it is deeply appreciated. What can I tell you? We've got those big yellowfin tuna biting for the long range guys. We've caught more bluefin tuna here. We've got our 5-day trip that is departing on April the 4th and returning on April the 9th. That should be an absolutely wonderful event. We've got a free surf fishing clinic down here tomorrow. We've got free kids fishing on the Island Spirit tomorrow. It's just going to be a wonderful weekend. It's already started out that way. And if you could be standing here with me like you will be tomorrow morning, you're going to feel blessed also. It feels like summertime. It is absolutely gorgeous. All right, my friends, lots going on. We'll keep you in touch with all the very latest. There could be some breaking bluefin tuna news here today. If we get it, we'll let you know. Don't forget to go to independentsportfishing.com and book on that 5-day trip before it's too late. I noticed we're getting a few more bookings here the past 48 hours, so you're going to want to jump on that one. If I don't see you later on at the PCS show, I hope to see you somewhere else, like right here tomorrow morning, really, really soon. Have a great one and a wonderful weekend, my friends. Harbor Sport Fishing. Daniel, it's great to see you, my friend.
Great to see you, Phil. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. You know what? Do you remember that sheep's head fillet video that we did together on board the Endeavor?
Yes, I do.
That thing, the last time I looked, had 300,000 views or something like that. It got
Wow.
so much play, man. It was really well done by you.
Thank you. That was a fun day.
Yeah, it was. So you've been over there with Tucker McCombs on the Endeavor. When I was out with you guys, I mean, I experienced what everybody says. What an operation. Well, really what a landing from Sal up there in the ticket office to everybody who's so kind and so friendly, and their fishing expertise is great. So you have gone from working deck over there on the Endeavor to taking over the run on the Island Spirit. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So what kind of a run is that going to be? Is it 3/4, half day? What is that going to be?
So it's listed as half day, but it's more of an extended half day. It's not your typical like 4 or 5 hour half day trip. It's a 8 hour trip, so it leaves at 8 in the morning, and it comes back at 4 p.m. or possibly later if nobody's in a rush to go home and we're having a good time.
Oh, that's great. Well, I know how you guys fish. You're going to be fishing late on many of those days, which would be great. I just want to,
Yeah.
before we talk about the overall run and everything else, you got a special trip here on Sunday, and I saw you took the boat out for a shakedown here recently, and I saw some
Yeah.
really big, beautiful sand bass. So tell us about Sunday's trip.
Yeah, so we have an open party trip online for Sunday. We also we have 2 promotions going at the moment. So the first one is kids fish free on Sundays. So for each adult ticket that you purchase, you can bring a child ages 12 and under with you for free. So we have that going, and also any trip that you book before April 1st using the promo code preseason20, you get 20% off. So that can be for a trip this weekend, next weekend, and you can book a trip with us in June as long as you book it before April 1st using that promo code. You'll get 20% off on your ticket price.
Yeah, I mean, this morning on the morning briefing, I told everybody, I go, you guys need to get your calendar out and figure out when you're going to fish and save
Mhm.
20% while you can do this. That is a very generous offer and deal.
Yeah. Yeah, but specifically for this Sunday, Weather looks really nice. We got a really nice weather forecast. We did go out last weekend, just the boys on the crew, and we fished local. We had great sand bass fishing, some calico bass too, and a halibut. Caught a random halibut as well when we were fishing a wreck there for sand bass. But since it is March now, sheephead is open. We're allowed to
Yeah.
keep sheephead now, so I was hoping to go to the island, either Anacapa or maybe even Santa Cruz, if the weather's that nice, and go try to catch some whitefish and sheephead for a while, and then spend some time trying to catch a flatfish as well. Could be a fun day.
Oh, heck yeah. And kids fish free. It's just really an awesome trip. What would you suggest in terms of tackle for this trip? What should anglers be bringing along with them?
In terms of tackle, you can go with lighter stuff for this trip. We probably will never be fishing deep. You can't catch cod yet. It's not April yet, so no cod, no deep water fishing. The weather looks nice. Shouldn't be a ton of wind. I'd bring sinkers from 5 to 10 ounces. Probably 20 to 30 pound line. Small hooks. We're gonna have anchovies to fish halibut with. We do have some live bait at the bait receiver over there, and maybe some small like size 1 or 1.0 J hooks to catch whitefish. So everything small and light. Small and light will be the name of the game on Sunday.
All right. Are you a fluorocarbon guy? Does that make a difference in your mind?
I'm a huge fan of fluorocarbon for halibut, absolutely. For when we're fishing halibut, I'm a big believer in fluorocarbon. Any kind of game fish, fluorocarbon is key. But for the whitefish and sheephead, it doesn't matter as much. You can get away with just fishing mono.
That sounds great. Is there going to be any opportunity at catching some wintertime bass?
Yeah, it's possible. I think we're gonna prioritize catching whitefish and sheephead at first, but if it goes really well and we have time, I have no problem fishing bass for a little bit too, and especially when we get in shallow and try to catch halibut, there could be bass in there as well. We have live bait, so we'll try to give it all a shot, see what's working out and what's not, and go from there.
Okay, so in addition to going to the website to make a reservation, that's Ventura Harbor Sportfishing.com, right?
It's just VenturaSportFishing.com for the website.
VenturaSportfishing.com.
Yes.
You get that 20% off. You can also call the landing, and if my memory is good, it's 805-676-3474. Is that right?
Yes, sir. 805-676-FISH. That's our landings number, and if no one answers the phone, if it's a evening or weekend or whatnot, just leave a voicemail, and somebody will call you back as soon as they return to the office.
Hey, there's a couple comments here. People that are watching the show live. Let me read you a couple. Another Daniel said, "I used to work on that boat when it was the Sea Spray." Me too, by the way. John Glacken was running it, and what a small world, Daniel. I used to work on that rig also. I had my kids on there all the time when they were real small. So that's a great fishing platform, isn't it? Why don't you describe the boat a little bit? How big is she? And she's really comfortable. Got a nice galley. The whole works.
Yeah, it's a super spacey boat. It's big, about 70 feet long. It's very wide, a lot of room to walk around, lots of room to fish in the bow, especially for the summer months when there's barracuda and bass around. It's a really nice bow to throw a jig off of, all that good stuff. Really spacious up and down the sides. There's room for 2 3 people to walk by each other and not having to be shimmying sideways and whatnot. It's a very spacious, comfortable boat. There's a lot of seating. The galley has uh, seats for 12 to 16 people at least. There's seats for people along the back deck. There's seating on the porch. There's a bench up in the bow. It's a really comfortable boat. It's a nice platform to fish on for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert Graber says, "Good afternoon, Phil and Captain Daniel. What a pleasant surprise, an unexpected surprise. And it sounds like it's going to be a great weekend trip." Daniel Lightfoot says, "Good afternoon, Phil and Captain Daniel. Steve Bermudez wants to know, is there any chance for white sea bass on Sunday?"
There's always chance for white sea bass. We don't know. We haven't been to an island yet this year. You never know. We could poke our heads in shallow looking for a halibut or bass or whatnot, and land on top of a school of sea bass. You never know. So, your best bet's just to come fishing and be prepared.
Absolutely. Any other tackle recommendation in terms of white sea bass that people should be bringing, or what you covered will take care of that?
What we cover will take care of that. This time of year, if they're in shallow like that in the colder water, they'll eat the anchovies really well. So if you're fishing, 20, 25 pound test with a small hook and an anchovy, you'll be perfectly prepared to catch a sea bass if you're to hook into one.
Daniel says he had so many great times on that boat. He's looking forward to fishing it again. And Jeff Yeomans from the 540 Slingers Club just wants to say good afternoon to both of us, also, Daniel. So,
Good
Sunday, we'll get
afternoon.
back to that in a moment. I'm excited about Sunday. I've got something going on, or otherwise I'd come up there and harass you for the day. But as we look forward, can you kind of, and I know I'm asking you to guess, but you're an educated guy. You've been doing this a long time. What do you see starting to happen here in the spring? Barracuda, more bass, rockfish will open up, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say until we kind of get out there and start doing it. But I'm excited to try everything. You know what I mean? I'm excited for the rockfish opener to start. I'm excited to get some cod on the boat, see what the rockfish quality is like this year. How that's looking islands and also both up and down the beach. Bass fishing and barracuda fishing during the summer is some of the most fun. It's one of the most fun brands of fishing you can do. So I'm also really looking forward to when the barracuda move in. I'm excited for all of it. Just gonna try to cover all the bases, do a little bit of everything, and see what's working, see what you guys all like to fish for, and adjust and go from there.
I already know this is going to be a great operation, man. Your heart's in it. You're enthusiastic about it. I can see it's just going to be another one of those kind of Tucker McComb type of operations. It's your own operation. I get that, but you fit beautifully into that whole kind of fishing is fun. We're here to help you. We're going to do everything in our power to make the fish bite. But if they don't bite, we're still going to have a good time, right?
Absolutely. For us, growing up working with Tucker and fishing with Tucker, like customer service is the top priority on all the
Yes.
boats up here.
Yep.
That's just a given. I mean, you guys work hard and spend your hard-earned money to come fishing with us, and we appreciate that very much. And we want you guys to leave with a smile on your face, whether or not fishing was good. And obviously, we're going to strive for the best fishing possible every day, but the most important thing is that everybody has a good time, is treated well, and you know wants to come back. So we're gonna bring that attitude over here to this run and make sure that we're super customer service oriented, and just gonna try to have fun fishing with all you guys.
Last year my brother flew in from Taiwan. My niece is a doctor at Ventura, at the county hospital there, and
Oh,
so her
nice.
house is right near the landing, so I could stay with
Mhm.
Connie. But what do you think? My brother, the first thing he wanted to do when he flew in from Taiwan, hey, can we go fishing somewhere? And we
Yeah,
jumped on the Island Spirit, and neither one of us had any gear because I normally go to shoot video, which I did. But we managed to grab, I think Cody gave us something. Dude, I mean, we were flinging gar on the boat and hooting and hollering, and my brother and I, it was like old times. It was so much fun. Big, fat barracuda, biting the iron, nothing better than that. And Jeff Yeoman says, the barracuda bite was awesome last year. I see no
yeah,
reason why it's not going to repeat this year. It's probably going to be much of the same.
absolutely. I'm anticipating a good barracuda bite this spring and summer also. Last year was awesome. Just looking forward to it being much of the same this year.
Hey, why don't you address something that is a misnomer in our industry, and that is that barracuda are not good to eat. That sure is baloney, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's not true. If I cooked you a barracuda and a white sea bass and put them side by side and flipped the plates around a couple times and asked you to point out which one's sea bass and which one's barracuda, you couldn't do it.
Oh hell.
It's an awesome, when it's properly taken care of, it's an awesome white meat fish. We're big on taking care of your fish on this boat. We have a very large ice box. All game fish are bled and stapled and put in ice immediately. So they're not gonna be mushy and all, crappy and slimy when you take them home. You're gonna get the top quality fillets, and if you take home barracuda from this boat, you will not be able to taste the difference between the barracuda and a lot of the other like excellent white meat fish that we catch up here. It's really good stuff.
Man, I know what my next video is going to be. We're going to definitely do that taste test, man. That sounds like fun,
Yeah,
doesn't it? That
absolutely.
that sounds good. Hey, Daniel's back, and he says it's going to be a great. It's a great idea. Let's see, my eyes are so bad. Oh, I can't read that one. But Jonathan Jones says, looking good, Phil. I think this season will be epic. Albacore at Anacapa. Everybody's on my Albacore prediction, man. Let me tell
Oh
you.
yeah.
Do you guys, you make a decision on whether to go to the islands or go down the coast, right? Is that what you do every day?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the option to go to the island. We could go to Anacapa. We could fish, around the east end or east edges of Santa Cruz Island. We can go up the beach, down the beach. There's quite a bit of ground we can cover. So it's going to be based on how fishing has been, what the weather's looking like in different areas. It's just a freelance sort of trip. So we'll make the decision day by day and try to give you guys the best chance at catching fish on any given day.
That's great. You know, when I was out on the boat last year, I saw it with my very own eyes, but I think it's important that you point this out. There was a group of 8 people who had never, ever fished a lick in their life.
Hmm.
Um, and they were throwing on barracuda. And I mean, they not only had the help of the crew, but the crew, they were teaching them so that they could do it themselves. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at these people, and they're getting bit on the iron and throwing gar
Yeah.
over the rail like they've been doing it for 20 years. So my question is, and what I want to emphasize to the public, because we have literally people from around the world watching this now, or people from around the country, maybe they're coming out here for a visit. If you're a novice person, if you've never done this before, you should not hesitate.
Oh yeah, don't be scared. The guys here on the boat are super super good with teaching, with accommodating to both super experienced and novice fishermen. Uh, like I said before, we're super big on customer service here, and we want you guys to leave with a smile on your face. We want you guys to have the best time possible, and we want you guys to come back. So whether you've never been fishing before or you've been on every boat in the fleet, we want to make sure that you have a good time, you learn something new, and you catch some fish. So that's all we're trying to do. Um, the boys are super super good at helping kids too. We do the kids fish free trips on Sundays, so we have a lot of kids coming out on the boat, and we try to make sure that they get the hang of it. We try to pay extra special attention to the young ones and make sure that that they're having a good time, that they understand what's going on, and how to tell when they're getting bit, and that they get a picture with their first fish, and all that good stuff. Fishing, kids fishing is very important because that's the future of the industry, right? You
Ab-
need to have kids that like fishing for this industry to survive. So um, I'm really excited for the kids trips. I I'm looking forward to Sunday. I hope we can really fill it up and get a bunch of dads and kids to come on and have a good time.
oh man, I've got a sneaking suspicion, Daniel, that is going to happen. Hey, you're going to have what? Sardine for bait? Is that what you're going to have? You don't have any live squid or anything like that, do you?
We don't have live squid, but we do have anchovy. We have really nice sized anchovy at the bait receiver, so we'll be taking some of that before we take off on Sunday.
All right. Some people are big proponents of going to the supermarket and buying the shrimp with the heads and the shells on for sheephead fishing. Do you find that to be effective? Is that something you might say, hey, yeah, that'll give you an edge, or you're wasting your money, or what do you think?
Um, I'm kind of indifferent on it. I've seen it work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I've definitely seen, people slaying it on the shrimp sometimes, but I think squid strips work perfectly fine too. If you really want to go buy your own shrimp and bring shrimp and try to fish that, then that's fine. That's have at it. But if you don't want to do that, you will be totally fine fishing squid strips. And the important thing for if you do want to fish a shrimp is that you please also fish a strip of squid on a different hook. You can have a double dropper loop rig with 2 hooks. You don't want to be just fishing shrimp because you won't catch any whitefish really if you're fishing the shrimp. You want a chance to catch both whitefish and sheephead. So want to make sure you have at least some squid on there. At least one hook should have squid when you're fishing a whitefish rock.
Why don't you talk to us about the limits on both sheepshead and whitefish so everybody knows what that is?
Okay, so sheephead limits have changed in recent years. You used to be able to keep 5 of them, but now you can only keep 2. So you can have 2 sheephead and you can have 10 whitefish. In California, no matter where you fish, your total bag limit is 20. So you cannot keep a total of more than 20 fish. So you can keep your 20 fish, and that can be comprised of any other like legal sublimit of fish. So you can have, let's say, 10 whitefish and 10 rockfish to make your 20 fish. So you can't keep your 10 whitefish and 10 rockfish and 2 sheephead. That would be 22. So if you want to keep your sheephead, you got to give up a couple rockfish or whitefish or whatever you prefer. But you can have 20 fish total, and what's important to know right now is that the sheephead limit is down to 2. It's not 5 anymore.
All right, very good. There's a lot of people watching this, and I know I don't want to take up your whole evening, but there's a lot of people. And here's this guy may have joined late. I'm not sure if you covered this or not, but could you go back over the tackle recommendations? MJ says small hook, right? Is that what we want? And then another gentleman wants the tackle recommendations. These guys are joining us a little bit late, so could you do that again, please, Daniel?
Yeah, right on. Good evening, guys. So for this weekend, the name of the game is going to be light tackle. We can't fish cod, obviously, because it's not April yet. Everything we do is going to be pretty shallow. We're going to try to catch some whitefish and sheephead to start our day. So that's probably going to be like a 6 or 8 ounce sinker, maybe 25-pound line, couple hooks on a couple loops. Um, if you're going to bring different sized hooks, probably bring something as small as like a size 2 or size 4 to fish live anchovies with, and something as big as like a 1/0 to fish a strip of squid with for sheephead and whitefish. So all small hooks are good. So I'd bring maybe some 1/0s, some 1s, some 2s and 4s, and all J hooks. J hooks are a lot better for fishing an island than circle hooks are.
All right, good stuff. A lot of people saying good evening. Kenji said, got here a little bit late. Hey, Kenji, and everybody listening, hit that like button if you would. And also remember that as soon as this live podcast terminates, it will be archived and available to you to go back and listen from the very beginning. All right, well, shoot. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations, man. I mean, I think it's
Thank
so
you.
great. Hey, Steve
Yeah.
Bermudez, I thought I was going to be able to wrap it up, but Steve says, so if you're not fishing rockfish, then you can use multiple hooks, more than 2, correct? Can you do that? I don't.
If Okay, so that's if we go sand dab fishing. So if
Yeah,
we target sand dab specifically, we can get you a sand dab rig that has many, many hooks on it. But because there's not a limit, there's not a bag limit on sand dab. You can keep as many of those as you want.
right.
But for fishing whitefish and sheephead, there are bag limits on those. Like I said earlier, you can only have 10 whitefish and 2 sheephead. So you cannot fish with more than 2 hooks on Sunday for whitefish and sheephead at the island. You have to have no more than 2 hooks.
All right, very good. Steve, calm down out there. Don't bring your set line out or Daniel will throw you off the boat. Cue Ball says hello to everybody. Hey, Sunday, you're leaving at what time? Returning at what time? How do people get on? Kids fish free. Wow, what a great day.
Yeah, so I'll go over it one more time. So we're
Please.
leaving Sunday morning at 8 a.m. It's an extended half day trip. We're scheduled to return at 4, but possibly if you guys would like to stay later and we're having a good time and we're catching fish, we might stay a little bit later than 4. To book, guys, you can call the landing at 805-676-3474. There might not be anyone in the office anymore because it is getting late and we're closing. But you could leave a message and somebody will call back and help you get your spot booked. But the easiest way to make a reservation is online. So make your reservation online, and you can use the code preseason20 for 20% off any trip you book before April 1st.
Daniel, thanks for spending time, man. I really appreciate it. It's so good to see you. And congratulations on your new run. I'm so stoked for you. And I know Sunday's going to be a huge success, but so is 2024. Thanks again, my friend.
Thank you so much, Phil. Always a pleasure. I appreciate you.
Take care, Daniel.
Alrighty, take care. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.